Hello and welcome to the Python tutorial series. My name is Daneyal, and today I'll discuss about the function arguments type. In the previous tutorial, we have seen that how to declare a function and how to call a function, what is the local variable, what is the global variable with the examples also. So in this tutorial, I'll discuss about the arguments types. So what is meant by arguments types? So first understand that how many types of the arguments that you can define. So in Python, there are four types of the formal arguments that you can define into the function. One is called the required argument. Second one is keywords argument. Third one is called the default, and fourth one is called the variable number of arguments. So what is mean by the formal arguments? So just look at here. When you define any function, so you write here a variable name by which you can accept the values into the function. So this is called the formal argument. And at the time of function calling, when you pass any value to that argument, is called the actual argument. So this formal argument could be of four types. One is called required, then the keyword, then default, and fourth one is variable number of arguments. So let's see one by one what is required argument and what are the other types of arguments. Required arguments is also called the positional argument. So argument follow the positional order. The number of arguments and order of arguments in the function call must be same as that in the function definition. So for example, just look at here. So if you define any function and if you define the formal argument arg1, so at the time of function calling, the number of the argument and the position of the argument must be same. So just look at here. If I define a function myFun, and here if I define one formal argument, that is arg1, and if I want to access, then I can write arg1 here and arg1. And at the time of function calling, since I have declared one formal argument, so I need to pass one value. Okay, so after that you can get the answer as arg1 is 20. So the number of argument, and here if I write arg2 also and I want to access, then I can print the value arg2 here. So as you can see, at the time of function calling, I'm passing only one argument, so this will raise error. And what is the error? Error is called myFun missing one required positional argument, that is arg2. So this is called the required argument, this is called the positional argument. So when you pass any value, for example 20 and 30, so it will automatically mapped with the argument. So 20 will be mapped with for the value of arg1 and 30 is for arg2. Okay, so this is called the required and this is called the positional argument. Okay, so next one is called the keyword argument. So what is mean by keyword arguments? Keyword arguments means when you define any argument into the function definition, so you can pass the argument by using the name also that you have defined into the function. So that can be served as the keyword. For example, if I write the code like definition myFun, and the arguments are name and roll number here. So we can access the value by using name and by using the roll number. So at the time of function calling, we can write also as name is equal, and we can pass the name, and the roll number is equal 1001. So this name, just look at here, I'm using the same name into the function calling. So this variable is now serving as the keyword argument. But the benefit of using the keyword argument is you can change the order of the passing argument. So what is mean by this? Just look at here. The order of these arguments are first name and then roll number. But here at the time of second function call, just look at here, I'm passing the first as roll number and second one is as name. So by using this facility, you can pass the number of arguments by using the keyword argument. Okay, so just look at here. So if I call this is the previous example, if I use this one, then you can understand that 20 is for arg1 and 30 is for arg2. But if you want, then you can write the same thing as arg1 and here you can write arg2. So this is similar to the previous call. But If you want to use this as keyword, then you can change the order of arguments also. So here you can write arg2, and here you can write arg1. So by writing this, interpreter will identify that this is going for the argument 2 that is defined into the function, and this is for the arg1 that is defined into the function. So if I call this, then you can see here arg1 is 30 and arg is 20. Okay, so just look at here, arg2 is 20 and arg1 is 30. So this is the way by using the keyword argument. Next one is called the default argument. So what is mean by default argument? Default argument means when you define any function, so you can put some value for the arguments also. Okay, as you can see here, I'm not writing any value for the argument. So you can write any value for the argument as per your requirement. So this is called the default value for the this arg2 value. So at the time of function definition, if we put some value to the argument, that is called default argument. At the time of function call, okay, so if we do not provide the value for the that argument, then the default value will be used. So what is mean by this? Just look at here. If I call this function, if I write only 20, so this 20 will be copied into arg1, and since I'm not passing the value of arg2, then arg2 will use the default value in the code. Just look at here. So 20, okay, let me change the value, then it will make more clear. So here I'm writing 100. So arg1 will be used as 100 and arg2 will be used as 20. So now we can say that now arg2 is become optional. Okay, if you pass, then it is fine. If you do not pass, then default value will be used. So if I write like this, then if I pass 30, then arg1 will be used as 100 and arg2 will be used as 30. Now default value will not use in your code. So if you do not pass, then default use. If you pass, then the passing value will be used. And again, you can call the values like arg2 is equal 100 and arg1 is equal to 30. So this can also be used as a keyword argument. So I hope the default argument is uh, also clear. One thing you need to remember is in function definition, okay, this is very important point, non-default parameter must not follow the default parameter. So what is mean by this? For example, if I write arg1 and arg2, so now I have declared one default parameter. So after that, you cannot define any argument that is non-default. Okay, so this will raise error. So if you define any parameter that is default, so after that every parameter will be, every argument will be a default argument type. Okay, otherwise make the default argument as a last argument. So the best practice is when we start writing the default argument, we start from the very right side. Okay, so if I write 20 and if I do not write this one, then you can see that arg3 has the default value 30. So, okay, so you can use arg3 and the value of arg3 is this. So if I do not pass the value for the arg3, then you can see here that arg3 is using the default value. So this is the rule. So as you can see in this in the slide also, that if I define this function, then it will raise error because non-default parameter follows default parameter. So this will show me the error, and this will not show error because after the default I am writing all the parameters that is default. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. I hope the parameters are clear, default and all the arguments. Next, I will discuss about the variable number of the arguments in the next video. Then I will create a separate video for that. So thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment, and share your views. And don't forget to subscribe my channel. There are so many things that I will cover in the next tutorial. So thank you. Bye-bye.